Hello to everyone on Instagram joining us tonight. Hi, Peter. And hello to Facebook if it's started at the moment. So, what I want to talk about is I really want to get into, we've got the Saturn and Jupiter alignment coming up, the conjunction on the 21st. We also have the summer solstice down here in Australia, and we also have, most importantly, the massive prophecy event taking place on December 21st at Uluru. It will be at 9 p.m. I know that I've been talking about it for months and months. Hi, Nicolette. So what we would do is, oh, and also just to let you know that it is the last little bit of time left available to use the discount code Alchemy when booking a session with me. I'm pretty much booked out for the rest of December, but you can still use the discount code if you book in now. So that will expire on Christmas Day here in Australia. So that will probably be the 24th for those of you that are watching overseas and in the States. So let's have a look at the coming week ahead, and then we'll go into individual questions. For those of you on Instagram, please join us over at Spiritual Events Directory if you would like to ask questions. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so we're just asking for some cards for this coming week. Okay. All right. So for those of you that are watching at home, I think on Instagram you can see that I have my cards set out in a certain way. Here's the ones here. For those of you on Facebook that are following. So let's have a look into what we've got. So we're actually using psychometry when we read into the energy of the cards this way. I will have a psychic course that's going to be available that want to learn how to do this sort of thing. I will be excited to teach you soon. So let's have a look. All right, so what I'm getting over the next coming days, so remembering that Uluru is taking place December 21st, so I will actually be heading up there with some friends of mine, Stephen and Evan Strong. We filmed a video with Beyond Mystic today that goes into a little bit more information on that. I highly recommend checking that out because it will let you know what's happening. Okay. All right, so the first word that I get when I come to this first card is stillness. So I feel like there's a real kind of like settlement and stillness. And I feel like for the year that we've all had so far with, lockdown and everything like that, it has been like there's high highs, there's been low lows. It almost feels like a sense of coming back together, and based on like the conjunction with Saturn, which is kind of more constrictive, and Jupiter, which is more expansive, it's almost like this push-pull or this kind of like milking of something new that's coming. And I did hear someone say just recently as well that we have been in an Earth cycle with Saturn and Jupiter for like the last 800 years, and apparently it's time that we're moving into more of like an air cycle. So they're saying that things will change. It will be very interesting to see in terms of like government and the way that things are done as well. I feel like we already need to pick other cards to do with this. The one that I'm seeing in the middle looks to me like what I'm seeing is like a green mountain. I'm seeing like grass over the top of a mountain, and I'm also seeing a valley. And it looks to me almost like there's a card in this deck called the Moon card, and it's like two kind of like mountainous or tower type figures, and it's like a birthing or the rising of something from the underworld. So it feels like to me this energy of we've been through kind of like the dark depths, or the what you would call the dark night of the soul. And I feel like this is sort of like we're going through that gateway or that valley. So let's have a flip of the cards. This is cool. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords. So with this one, with this blue energy that we've got here, I feel like it's healing, coming into heart alignment. It's kind of diving straight in. The dragonfly to me sort of symbolizes that symbolic aspect of, being from another world, because dragonflies to me are very unearthly and very much like from the spiritual realms. Then we have the card of art, which I call this the card of alchemy. So with this card of art or alchemy, it's sort of like a blending or coming together of different things. Sometimes it represents the forging of the impossible. Remembering with alchemy, the most important aspect to have is that heart energy, that love. Without it, we're just saying words. So putting that spirit into the medicine is what works here. It was this one that I was seeing sort of a green mountainous energy, and I guess you could see it as sort of looking like a little bit of a green mountain, and you can see a portal energy opening up within this. So this is more probably around like Monday, probably around like the peak, like December 21st. Then we have the card of interference, which is an Eight of Swords. So this is kind of like about kind of like movement. So we might have moved into the shift sort of come like end of next week or this time next week. Because it is swords and it's Gemini too, we might still be kind of, instead of thinking that everything's going to be said and done, you know, with this planetary alignment and with this the prophecy date of December 21st, it really looks like we're going to have to keep still holding strong. You can see there's a little bit of interference in this card in terms of energetic interference. So there's the purple spiritual background, but you can see there's a red kind of like tone with this as well. So really to be like on guard, to be aware. They're telling me to pick some cards out of here as well. So let's have a look. Okay, we need some confirmation cards. There's a one down the bottom. All right, and one here. All right, let's flip these over. Okay, so I feel like that there's a new opportunity. We have the Ace of Swords. So I feel that this is really good. It's more kind of like that, might be like new ideas or new thoughts sort of coming out of somewhere. I feel like it's talking as well. So there might be new conversations. There could be a change of power or a change of leadership is also what I feel within this. You can see there's sort of like a sword with almost flame-like things around it, and there's a crown on top. And it has what looks to be seaweed, and it looks to be almost like holly or some kind of like vine with berries, but it's coming out of the air. So hello to everyone that's joining us. And the other one that we have is the Seven of Cups, and you can see that there's like a little bit of choice in this one. You can see that there's energy definitely filling up, like lots of different options. It almost feels like a little bit distracting. So for me, this is really about like focusing on kind of like that leadership energy, but I feel it's like a self-government government type energy as well. To me, it feels like there is sort of like a spiritual fire. I feel like it is about kind of, you know, paying attention to this interference card. So the way out of this is to focus on self, focus on these two swords. So it might be coming together like with a small community, those that are aligned with you and are going to help you hold frequency and vibration while this shift and change goes down is what I'm seeing with this. You can almost see there's like a Holy Ghost or almost like a Mother Mary type Jesus statue or something in the middle of this. And you can see that it's covered up. So really, this is kind of like having faith in that unseen world, knowing that we are opening portals and shifting into different dimensional states. I do feel that there is sun or solar energy connected to do with this. So whether we will experience more solar activity, whether we will experience, you know, more of the Schumann resonance rising, but you can see this spiderweb type cobweb energy, which Stephen Strong actually talked about on the show that we did today on Beyond Mystic with Stephen and Evan and Jean-Claude. They were talking about like with frequency, you know, having that spider web type grid like feel connected. So we have a little bit of that. So what we'll do, we're going to end the live. I will be doing an update for after Uluru, but for those of you that do want to tune in and meditate and really connect into the heart. Hi Lara, beautiful to see you over here. Hi Amanda. So I will actually be putting up some information after Uluru as well, just to kind of like let everyone know what it was like, what happened, my personal experience. I might even, you know, get some of my friends that are going to give recollection of their experience as well. But for those of you that would like to book a booking, please use the discount code Alchemy, which is valid until Christmas Eve in the States and Christmas Day here in Australia. But thank you for joining us. Okay, almost done, guys. And I'll start taking. Let's have a look who we've got on here today. Hi, Narelle. Hi, Kylie. Hi, Lise. Hi, Patricia, Robin, Jenna, and Belinda. Hello. Hi, Jason. Oh, it's like a little family on here. Hi, Nicolette. All right, let's have a look. On to is Karen Marie. And also, there has been a lot of trolls coming on lately onto the girls and I, and some of the guys that read as well. So we're just going to look out, keep an eye out for trolls tonight and try and block them when they come up. So Michelle Kelly, I can see it's your first time as well. And we'll pop, so we've got Karen, then Michelle. Let's pop you into Jason. And Belinda McGill. All right, so I'm just getting told to start with this energy to start with, and then we'll pick some more names. All right, so Karen, let's go to you, Karen Marie. What do we need to know right now? Oops, did you guys just see? I don't think you can see because my table, but we had them come down face up. So we've got the card of pleasure. This is the card I was referring to before with going through a gateway, or sort of like that mountainous energy in between, and sort of like birthing of a new age. So we've got pleasure, we've got the moon, which is that deeper like underworld type energy. We have the card of prudence, and then we have the card of adventure. So what I see in these cards for you, Karen Marie, is there's an energy of leadership, an energy of the sun to really tap into, that's going to take you on a journey. You've already planted the seeds, but you actually get to choose the end result. You get to choose the adventure. So whether you felt that there's been something going on where it's like, do I go this way? Do I go that way? I'm feeling that it's not a matter of what's right and what's wrong. It's just choice, is what I sort of feel within this. Both ways possibly leading to different experiences. We do have the energy of the sun in 3 of the cards here as well. So really looking at energies around the sun, looking at energies around leadership, looking at like where you are focusing your attention. If there's anything that you need to do to sort of like have more self-growth at the moment, or more like introspection, is another energy that I've got coming up with this. But yeah, the dominant card for me is this, as well as the moon. So reflecting on energies from the past, learning the lessons by it, looking at like if there's lessons and opportunities at the moment that are presented where you feel like you've already sort of, oh, I know, like, you know, I've been down that path before, or this kind of like behavior or attitude is what I've seen in the past. So looking at if that's influencing anything in your life at the moment. But I hope that that helps. So we're going to Michelle Kelly. Oh, thank you, Alison, for sending stars. That's so sweet of you. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Patricia. All right, so Michelle Kelly. Oh, there's a song that was coming into my mind as we were starting this as well, and it was a sun song. It was, I think it's Elton John, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. And I just had this card come up when we talk about this, which is the Ace of Swords. This to me is, in this deck, it's joining, like stepping into the heart, and then it's kind of like the intellectual side is no longer clouded. So for those of you out there that might be feeling sort of like a little bit clouded, or a little bit like, oh, I just have like a bit of a brain fog at the moment, it could be to do with frequency. So take some time out, take, you know, even if you can only have 5 minutes, take some deep breaths, put a meditation on, really start to like shift into that heart frequency, especially over the next coming days. So Michelle, let's pick for you. Sorry guys, sometimes we have to do things a little ADD. Okay. So the energy that I started to get, Michelle, when we were shuffling, is just that momentum of shuffling. So when we shuffle, it actually drops us more into like a theta brainwave state, is the feeling that I get when I work with the cards. So it actually starts to get like a calmer energy, and I start to feel more receptive to spirit. So they're even teaching in the lesson of shuffling the cards. So they're really encouraging you at the moment to get into that theta brainwave state. I actually feel my head feels in a different space. Even just talking about it, it's like I feel that my head sort of almost feels like it's in the clouds a little bit, would be a way to describe it. I'm going to flip this card. This is interesting. Yeah, this makes sense. So we've got the card, the Princess of Swords. You can see that there's clouds around her. The lesson is, for me, it's the dragonfly energy on her back. So she is sort of like spiritually from another world or another dimension. She's cloaked in this green heart energy with a helmet on. She's not really prepared for battle, and she's not really dressed for the occasion. So what this means is sort of removing yourself from harsh environments. It is a lot of that princess energy too, but like her slippers, when I look at them, or her Roman type sandals, or whatever you want to call them, it does not look like she's dressed for the occasion. So really looking at if there's people, places, situations, or different things that you might feel uncomfortable in or like out of alignment at the moment. And I feel that this is really just what things can you kind of like remove yourself from? What can you do to make it easier for yourself? Because it's not quite a tower card. If this was a tower card, people are jumping from the buildings, they're jumping from the tower's kind of like crumbling. Whereas this, it's kind of like the princess is putting herself in this place in between. And this is more like a battle of the mind. Also looking at if there's any situation that people are trying to pull you into and you perhaps feel in the middle or stuck. It can relate to this sometimes as well. Just going to turn the sound off on my phone. So Jason, let's have a look for you. So I'm going to try and get through as many people as we can. All right. So we'll pick some more names in a moment. So Jason, this is for you. Oh, a lot of cards want to fall out. Take this one. Okay, so the energy that came up with this, and I don't know if this relates to you or someone around you, but I'm seeing like a little white dog. To me, it looks a little bit terrier-like, and I feel that it's coming through from spirit. So whether this is you, someone you know, there's an elderly lady that is appearing with this. Now, I don't often work with, you're welcome, Michelle. Yeah, so I just saw it say thank you. You're saying thank you, feeling a bit lost or stuck at the moment. Yeah, so we don't really have time to get into much more, I'm afraid. But yeah, definitely recommend booking a personal one-on-one reading so we can look into different options and really feel into each of the different vibrations for different choices. So for you, Jason, I'm feeling an older lady come through that has a little white dog, a little terrier, it looks like. Just having a look, what else I'm being shown. I'm just feeling sort of like a calming influence that's coming in with her as well. I feel like it's almost like that soothing nature of a grandmotherly type figure when they're sort of getting you off to sleep or they're sitting there comforting. That's the energy. That's the energy of like what I'm getting with this. So we'll flip the card. We've got the card of abundance, which is 3 of cups. I feel like this is sort of representing like an initial achievement or growth. To me, it's sort of like starting to reap the rewards a little bit because we have a little fruitful situation here with the card. So you can see it's coming out of the gold lotus. We do have Cancerian Mercury energy with this as well. So to me, this is that nurturing energy, flowing your energy into at the moment too is what I feel. They're showing me list making. Whether you're like reassessing different things or writing lists to do with, okay, I want to flow my energy into this. Or, you know what, I feel really good when I flow my energy into this situation, this person, this place. I'm getting that kind of energy come up. And they're telling me to pick a card out of another deck. So we will do that too. Yeah, look at this. So we have this, it's a 7 of cups. This idol, but it's undercover. It's sort of like that faith in the unseen. So this is really about you manifesting at the moment. We've got 2 cards for you, Jason, on manifesting. So that's pretty cool. Definitely looking at planetary alignments when it comes to manifestation. You know, there's certain days to work with manifestation according to the planets. All right, let's see. So I hope that helps, Jason. And Belinda. So we will be picking some more people soon, so hold tight, guys. All right, so Belinda McGill. All right, so with you, Belinda, the first thing that they're saying is dropping shoulders. So I'm not sure whether you've had like tension or anxiety or things at the moment, but they're like really like drop your shoulders down, stretch your neck, really start to feel conscious in your body. is the energy that that they're showing me to do with this situation. Yes, Jason, bring on December 21st. So Belinda, really like they're being conscious of dropping your shoulders down at the moment, and I'm seeing what feels like angel hands pushing down on the shoulders. So I feel like your angels are just like this at the moment, and your guides and beings are just like, we're here in support, but we're here to kind of like drop the stress level down. So I'm not sure if you've been feeling like a little bit anxious or had, you know, an energy come up where it feels like a little bit more heightened than usual. Shoulder issues. Yeah, so they're spot on with the shoulders in this situation. So when we look in Chinese medicine at shoulders, it does relate sometimes to stomach as well, because it is in a meridian that is along around here. So upper trapezius sometimes can be related to stomach. For me, it's sort of associated with the color yellow. So sometimes there's more that we need to learn around this. So looking at like, what is it tension wise, and we think about like our stomach getting into knots and butterflies and things, and it's usually that we feel anxiety in our stomach, or we'll feel it in our nervous system. So it could be that you're storing this nervous system energy like in your shoulders and pulling them up. So noticing how you feel different and telling your body how you feel different when you drop them, and when you like sort of, you know, straighten your back and feel your shoulders go back too. So I'm just going to flip the card. We have the card of fortune. So I feel that when you really focus on that and you start to communicate and talk to your body, it's like turning that wheel of fortune. It's kind of a completion in a way as well. So there might be something else that comes that you get information to do with like your shoulders, or to do with something that's going to help. And this is a 10. And this is the Jupiter energy as well. This is about like abundance and expansion. This is kind of like about being as above, so below type energy. It's about sort of like being humbled by this energy of abundance and being in that mode of gratefulness. So that's interesting. Even though we're talking about this shoulder stuff too, there still is that energy of when you relax into it and stepping into this gratitude. But we do have this beautiful star print up the top coming into this wheel of fortune too. So this is also for me about like connecting into higher self. Into the word they're giving me is like spiritual mysticism is another word that's coming to me. So I hope that helps, Belinda. So let's just pick another couple of people. But yeah, if you did want to go more in depth, ideally a one-on-one session, the booking link is above, as well as Alchemy, the discount code. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you, Alison. Thank you, Jenna. So Alison, I'm just going to pop you down. Alison Hastings and Laura Musgrove and Jenna Donnell. I hope I'm saying your name right, Jenna. All right, so let's pick for you first, Alison Hastings. All right, they're telling me to go top. The other thing that I'm seeing when I have my hand on this card, I'm seeing the sun and the moon, and I'm seeing them change places. So sun for me is sort of like about conscious mind. The moon represents subconscious. The other thing that I'm getting when I switch into you is I feel like a lot of tension just in here, kind of behind my ear, like on the back base of my skull. Whether you're like holding tension, or whether there's like almost like stress, migraine type things, or headaches happening, but I feel like I just want to release this energy. The other thing this represents sometimes is the bladder meridian, because we have the energy of that, and triple warm is sort of like not too dissimilar either. So triple warmer is kind of like our regulator, our heat setting. So sometimes can also relate to hormones and different things. So I'm not sure if that sort of energy is going on for you at the moment. Let me see if you're adding anything here as we go. Oh, also Teresa Crossdale is smelling cigarette smoke in her house. Let's have a look into that. This might also be a spirit. So we'll come back to that, Teresa, so stay with us. Oh, thank you, Karen, just saying that I'm on point. All right, so Alison, I'm glad that you're listening. So yes, migraine and stress, I can definitely feel it. It's on the left-hand side. So for me, left-hand side is kind of like your inner fears, your inner worries. Sometimes it's about things that we're like holding within. So you need to learn to kind of push it over to the other side of the brain because it feels more concentrated is what they're showing me. So whether it is on your left-hand side or not, or whether it's sort of spread out, but they're showing me it's more sort of like, oh, and you're having the blood test for your hormones. Okay, so that's good that we're on target with that. So let's flip the card. There is sort of like a coming of completion. We do have the card of the universe. The other energies that we have here are Saturn. And this is showing like energy systems and things too, is almost like filtering in. Now, this universal energy here to me also feels like healing, and it feels like healing around heart. So whether there's been some stress around like, love or, loved ones, if there's been any stress around that this year, I feel like it's really to kind of try and like get that tension. Even I feel like head massage and things like sitting there, kind of like rubbing head points, possibly like smelling lavender, peppermint oil are really good for like letting go of tension, letting go of migraines, different things like that. With the hormone system and everything, I'm just being shown like the endocrine system. Okay. No, that's just what they're showing me to do with that. So I hope that this helps. We're going to pick you a card for the rest of the week as well. Wishes fulfilled. So really looking at what it is that you wish and desire to manifest at the moment, because they're just showing me they want to put your mind onto something positive to focus on too. So it says you are in charge of your reality and dreams. Take pride in this and see your wishes already fulfilled. So we have this energy coming up at the moment too. So all of the best for your blood tests and hormones. I would love to hear how you go. So please tune in again next week, or even private message me and let me know how you go. So we have Laura Musgrove. So let's pop this card back in. So we'll be taking some more names, so please stay with us. All right, so Laura. All right, so the first thing that I'm taken to with you, Laura, I'm getting taken to a throat area. And I feel like it's sort of like around what we call the hyoid and a little bit around thyroid. So the hyoid bone is that wiggly little bone that sits just here, and your thyroid is also there, as well as you've got 4 parathyroid glands, like either side of that. So I'm getting taken to this. So I'm not sure if you felt like heat at the moment. Oh, thank you, Alison. I'd love to hear how you go. So whether you would whether you would need to possibly like look into hormones and things as well. Hey Steve, good to see you over here. I'm going to add you to the list soon as well. Yeah, so Laura, whether you've got like any issues around this area, just sort of like looking after and nurturing this. So I've just added your name to the list too, Steve. Yeah, so for me, I would be looking into the certain foods like raw cauliflower can help to enhance sometimes hormone production to do with thyroid and different things. So let's flip this card, Laura. Yeah, we've got strength. This is really you coming into alignment with your power and focus. And I feel like this star in the center here is sort of like around throat, possibly like heart area. So definitely like focus on that. Focusing on like finding your voice at the moment too, because this is a 9 of Wands. So this is like almost there on some kind of a spiritual level. So whether you've been like searching or kind of like looking for something or going on like a path and you've found kind of like that mustering of inner strength, just hold tight a little bit longer is the energy that we've got. We're just picking a card for you for the rest of the week. Pure balance. So we have quiet in the mind, feel everything returning to a pure state of balance. Meditate upon this symbol. And it almost looks like a musical cliff. So this is from one of my my decks called Syrian Star Cards. So these are available on my website. So Jenna, let's go to you, Jenna Donnell. Or Donnell. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Oops, and we just had 3 cards fall out of the deck. So one landed face up, which is the Prince of Disc. There's something around moving forward. So whether you're thinking about possibly moving home, shifting directions, or whether it's something that you've been thinking about or pondering on for a long time, but you haven't actually taken action on it, there might be a possibility around some kind of action coming into play. So you can see here that this is a Taurus card. So Taurus is related to Venus, which can be slow moving. It can also indicate sometimes someone coming towards you or someone in a relationship that is slower to kind of like express their feelings, where it's almost like milking a stone for water sometimes. But we have this energy in the center of this orb is a cube. So to me, this is sort of like going to more of like a spiritual outside of the earth type feel to gain clarity, to get answers, to kind of like shoot us through this portal energy. So let's have a look at the other energies. So let's tune in. Again, I'm seeing like the, oh, this is what this is. So when I talked about the moon and the sun before, seeing them either side for someone else, this is being shown as the same thing. So we have actually just been through a solar eclipse that was on the 15th of December. So this was kind of like a major shakeup for some people. It was kind of like a shifting or a sifting through different things. There was like intense energies that came up to do with this. Remembering that the sun is the energy of consciousness and the moon is more sort of like subconscious. Oh yeah, Belinda, I do have gift vouchers available on my website. So please jump onto my website, which is just my name, solreta.com. So you'll be able to get gift vouchers over there. Thank you. And a lot of people have already bought them for Christmas presents at the moment, and they are very much appreciated by my beautiful clients that receive them as Christmas presents. So let's just keep looking into these cards. So we're seeing the sun and moon when we tune in. The other thing that I am seeing is sort of like Capricorn goat energy around too. So we'll flip these cards. All right, so we have 3 of Swords, which is, so traditionally this is more kind of like a wounded heart or something that may have happened, someone possibly being dishonest or sort of feeling like a little bit, feeling that heart wound. So we have a little bit of this, but then there is kind of like a resolution and turning the world upside down on its head. So we have Princess of Disc. So it's like, I've learned the lesson. I'm coming into my own power now. So this was for Jenna. So I hope that helps, Jenna. We only have a short amount of time to go in it. But yeah, really looking at what you want to manifest in the world, and starting to actually bring that down, turning the world on its head. Oh, and this is why we did have sort of like that, that goat sort of like ram energy as well. So you can see that in here. Oh, so Laura's saying, been getting flushed at night. I've just been guided to a new path, one that is about understanding that I am strong enough, especially to love myself. I'm so happy to hear that. And yeah, it was interesting, that flushed feeling as well, because I'm feeling it even just tuning into your energy again now. So possibly looking at triple warmer meridian. There might be something going on with that, or something else to do with like your hormone system. Sometimes Chinese herbs will help with that, like women's balance, different things. So Teresa Cosdale, let's have a look for you. All right, we're going to be picking some more names really, really soon. We've just got a couple to get through. So this is for Teresa Cosdale. Okay, so I'm picking 2 cards here, and with you, Teresa, they're saying pause and then make it a centered decision, or centered change is the other information that they're giving us. And I see that you're saying here, thank you for staying with us. So what I'm seeing is, with this pause energy, I also see like a little Buddha around you. So whether there's a small child or like someone that you know that has, but they're younger, that has like a Buddha like energy, they feel like a really old wise soul. And I feel that they're here not just as a teacher. The other thing that I'm getting to is like a lot of pressure in the palm of my hand. So I'm not sure whether this relates to you. There could even be sort of like a carpal tunnel type thing, or some kind of like muscle cramp thing. So you could be lacking magnesium in some way. The other thing that I'm also hearing is the word martyr. And I feel like it's, like that stigmata energy, or like being a martyr on the cross. So whether there's someone around you, or whether you're sort of feeling like a little bit of, you know, taking wounds for others at the moment as well. So whether you're kind of like in a firing line, I'm just speaking it exactly as I get it to my body and to the cards. Yeah, they're really saying like take a centered pause for the moment. So whether you're getting, whether it's been like really busy or whether you feel like you need a day off at the moment, they're just showing me it's really, really important to recenter. So let's flip these cards. Yeah. So you can see this is sort of like all diving in. There's a lot of fast action, swift movement. So it's the Knight of Swords. So we can see from this one, and remembering swords is kind of like more about like making a plan. It's kind of like an intellectual thinking type card. So it might be even your mind might be like a little bit fried. And Jenna is saying, very much going through a soulful transition at the moment. Thank you. You are so welcome. And just wishing you all the best on your path for your transition. And yeah, especially focus on December 21st as well. Just drop into that heart space and just really be there for yourself. So for you, Teresa, we have the card of change. There's some kind of like change and expansion that's really just, how would I say, it's unfolding is the word that I get. So you can see the snake has the flow, it's biting its tail. This to me is also represented as an Mobius strip. So an Mobius strip is usually like what they get you to make in science, and it's that piece of paper that you cut, take one twist, and you find that you sort of like will go for infinity tracing around this paper. So we have a lot of opposites. This also I feel directly relates to December 21st. So I feel that this could be a big time for you. I also see Capricorn energy in this. It's a juggling type energy as well, because it's the Two of Discs. So looking at like what you're juggling, looking at if there's sort of like expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction, really focusing on your higher self at the moment to trust that, to come in and make this decision, because it does feel like there is change coming. I'm just going to get some clarifying card. Page of Swords. So it's like you can see the sword is going towards the future, and so is the movement of the feet, the air, of the clouds. So this could be on a subconscious level or a conscious level, change is coming, and it might be sort of turning a blind eye to it. So very, very interesting. I hope that helps. Oh, and so Teresa's saying, yes, that's how it is at the moment. Well, yeah, just sending you a lot of love. It feels like that you will get through it. It just feels like it's like just center. Just like really take a big pause at the moment is what I'm being shown. So Steve, let's pick for you, and then we're going to take some more names. So stay with us. All right, so Steve Kennedy. All right, so the energy that I've got coming up for you at the moment, Steve, I'm hearing them say the words deep learning, and I'm seeing like a lot of yellow come up. And for some reason, I'm just keeping my eyes shut as I tune in, because they're just showing me a lot of visuals. So what I'm seeing is like books, I'm seeing like downloading of information, I'm seeing channeling. And whether you've come into this or you're about to come into this, they're showing me 3 to 4. So whether this is like the next 3 to 4 months, I'm just seeing like busy, busy, busy research, write down. So they're just showing me, you know, like channeling, kind of like writing energy. Let's flip this card. We've got the card of alchemy. I feel that it's the spirit working with you in this situation. I feel that you're represented as this beautiful heart-based being in the back of the card, wearing a green dress that has bees on it, which to me, bees bring through spiritual wisdom. They bring through higher dimensions. They also recognize royalty. We have this like new phoenix energy as well. So whether there's sort of like the melting down of the old in order for the new to be born, because even though this is the card of art, I call this alchemy. To me, it's just alchemy. You can see there's blue ETs almost that we can see in this as a portal opening. So I feel that there's a portal opening. There's definitely sort of like that shift energy taking place. Again, we have that Hebrew symbol of as above, so below. It's being bent, it's being humble. It's kind of like bowing down and being modest to spirit in a way. But it is paying attention to different dimensions going on around us. So it feels like an exciting time. I feel like this is over the next 3 to 4 months. Really, it's a Sagittarian energy as well. So it is paying attention to, this inner alchemical transformational process that you're going in on. A lot of it is happening through the heart. We have an arrow coming up over the sixth breast on the middle of this card, and it shoots and turns into a rainbow shawl. I feel like your heart is creating new experiences, new ideas. They're saying the word loose, and what they mean by that is they're saying loose after I say the word ideas. So it's like, be loose with your ideas. Don't feel that you have to, like, okay, this happens, this is the way I need to react, because they're showing me there's a constriction, there's a Saturn type energy happening sometimes with different situations. So they're just saying, when you feel that your energy starts to constrict, or you feel that you sort of like get like a cat, when you get the hair stand up on the back of them, and there's that energy of sort of, feeling your energy go spiky, they're showing me do the opposite. So it's like, when you feel constricted, see if you can kind of like let go and sort of get into that expansion energy as well. So I hope that that's helped. Oh, thank you so much, Janine. So Janine's saying, you've pulled cards for me you have pulled several cards for me, and I absolutely love your readings. Thank you. That's so beautiful to hear. I really appreciate that. Oh, Teresa, we did say we were going to have a look into the cigarette smoke. Let's have a look into that. And there's a card stuck at the bottom of the table, defeat. To me, this feels like it's a spirit that's sort of like earthbound still. So just feeling into the house. And even when I say that, I start to see images of rosemary, and I start to feel, sometimes when you yawn, it can also be a sign of like spirit around. So perhaps doing like a clearing on the property, doing some sage, hanging some rosemary up over doorways for protection. It's a 5 as well. So it's sort of like that unstable type energy. To me, this represents sort of like spirit or interference on an energetic level. So you might even want to look into electromagnetic protection. So there could be electromagnetic energy in your area. This could also be weakening things so that the spirit realm is more likely to sort of come through. Yeah, there's a lot of chaotic type energy with this one. I feel like this could even be making you tired. Could be like the electromagnetic smog. But I do feel that there is spirit around in this place, but they're showing me like a lot of green. Also, frankincense is another good one to burn. You can even find different clearing meditations and different things like that as well. So let's pick a card to do with when that is resolved. Yeah, we have the card of the Lovers. Things returning to a harmonious state, and it feels like the different dimensions are working more positively for a more fruitful outcome and experience with this. So I hope that that helps. Let's have a look for some of you. Okay, so we've got Jenny B. So it's Jennie. Are you seeing anything in my aura? So let's have a look. Or are you getting anything in my aura? And who else? Oh, Janine Grimson? And you want to know if your guide is male or female. Oh, you're welcome, Steve. Oh, happy holidays to you, Vanessa. Let's pick a card for you as well, Vanessa Arlene. And let's see. So we've got Miriam Harold. Hi there, it's the middle of the night here in Canada. I would love to hear what you can tell me in your cards. This is my first time seeing you. Thank you for sharing your beautiful insights. You are welcome. So Miriam Harold. Okay, so let's just start with Janine B. So aura, as far as like aura goes at the moment, I'm getting taken to like around stomach, solar plexus area and reproductive area, and I'm seeing the color of orange. This to me is coming in on over the emotional body. So what I mean by this is when we have an orange come in over the emotional body, as far as like color goes and the clarity, there's like a soft kind of like rising in confidence. I'm not seeing it as a full on orange energy. It feels to be like a soft kind of like rise of confidence. So whether this has been something that you've focused on this year or whether it's something that you're stepping into, it's definitely like in front of you and kind of like over this area of where your willpower is. So definitely meditating on that, feeling that energy grow, feeling it getting brighter and feeling it like a magnet, drawing beautiful, amazing experiences to you. So let's pick a card to do with that. And I'll flip this straight away. Yeah, look at that. The card of strength. So definitely focus on that strength. Focus on sort of like that solar activity. It's like you're almost through a completion stage. So whether you've been like set an achievement for yourself to kind of like feel a certain way, or whether this is something that you're still working on, I'm just seeing this as, yeah, I'm seeing this as a beautiful energy. It's about doing something for yourself is what I really feel with the energy for this. It's like not doing it for other people. So I hope that helps, Janine B. And then we've got Janine. Sorry, I'm just going back to your last name because my writing is atrocious. Janine Grimson. All right, so let's have a look. You wanted to know about a guide, male or female. I did see when we read that question at the time, a male standing on your left, and I'm feeling like a Sherlock Holmes era. So I'm not the best history student, but I'm seeing someone go like this with a mustache and sort of like a monocle type energy. Okay, let's have a look. The other energy that I'm feeling around this is the energy of sinuses. So whether you've had like a little bit of congestion or hay fever at the moment, sinuses as well, the point they're taking to me to is a stomach point. So whether there's been anything going on to do with stomach or underlying to do with like gut issues or food allergies, sometimes this can relate when we get these points show up. So perhaps looking into that if you feel guided to. Hey Phil. So let's have a look into this. So this was for Janine Grimson. So the two cards that we have with this, so yeah, I am seeing that male with sort of like that monocle type energy, Sherlock Holmes type feel with the mustache. And I'm just getting taken straight to the heart. And I feel that he's encouraging you to sort of like be your own detective. But I feel that it's not just a detective to do with like the mind. I feel like it's a detective to do with the intuition. He's showing me it's like an empathic detective. I feel like he's actually encouraging you to work with psychic gifts. So picking up objects like psychometry. So I've got like this hair tie here. So, you know, holding someone's hair tie or something like that that they wear all the time, or an object near and dear to them, and picking up emanations on this. So Janine B, oh wow, yes, I started 2 new businesses at home this year, and I'm working on getting my master's. This was spot on. Thank you for your wonderful insight. Spot on. You are so welcome, and I feel so grateful to read for you right before Christmas too. Well done to starting 2 home businesses this year. You should be celebrating. What an amazing achievement. The other thing they are showing me to do with you is pop a crystal to represent each. I'm seeing one business with rose quartz and one with citrine. Citrine is a stone of abundance. Rose quartz is to do with love. So applying which one to where you feel. So with Janine Grimson, I'm just going to flip these cards that we've got. All right, so we have the card of indolence, which is the 8 of Cups, which sometimes can be, it's like we're sort of like on that path, kind of like really trying to build something, kind of like getting, like wanting that movement, but there's some kind of like stagnancy. Let me see if there's anything else. It is a little bit of a Saturn type energy as well. The other thing that we have too is the Prince of Cups. So I feel that's kind of what you want to focus on, is like your intuition, is the energy that I have here. We see the eagle as well. So looking and flying up and out of the situation to get fresh perspective. It's almost like a medicine type energy with this, because we have this beautiful, amazing lotus pod that is in the right hand. So shake things out, let your nervous system let go of things is another energy that I also feel. So I hope that that helps. All right, so Janine Grimson, I've always had issues with sinuses and lately a lot of stomach pain. And yes, you told me last time to tune into my into my spiritual. Yeah, you've definitely got like the spiritual thing feels like it's increasing. So when I do these readings, because I'm channeling, I forget like what I've said, card to card. So if you ask me to go back to the start now, I've totally forgotten already what I've talked about because it's just in stream. I'm constantly just downloading, so I'm not storing the information within me. But yeah, definitely look into with the sinus side of things, and with the stomach, it could be stuff to do with microbiome and gut bacteria. So maybe looking into digestive enzymes, looking into probiotics, prebiotics, this kind of thing. Maybe looking to see a naturopath or a Chinese herbalist or acupuncturist might be the way to go to kind of get like that left of field type energy. So let's have a look. We've got Vanessa Arlene. So she wanted to pick a card. All right, so when I pick a card for you, Vanessa, I'm actually getting taken off the earth plane. So they're showing me it's like you will understand what this means, or you feel that you live and operate in a different world to some. So I hope that you're still here watching. The energy that I feel with this is it's all good to operate in a different dimension and a different plane. Oh, thank you, Janine. She's just saying you help me more than you know with this reading. You're so welcome. Sending you lots of love, and I know that you do tune in pretty much every week. I think I've seen you on here, so thank you for the love. So yeah, with Vanessa, so the energy that I'm getting with this card, yeah, they keep showing me it's like you're operating on a different dimension. Don't feel to slow yourself down or to feel that you have to change the pace or change the game in order to fit in other people's paradigm, because you operate on a new dimension and a different space. So sometimes this can mean that we don't always feel understand or we don't always feel heard. It doesn't matter, because like you're going to be finding your tribe, and I feel that this is growing, and it's starting to, it's almost like it's gathering momentum, it's gathering magnetic energy around. So let's flip this card. Yeah, so this is interesting. We have the card of failure, which is the 7 of disc card. So this sometimes is like having the faith in the unseen. So perhaps in the past it might have felt like that, you've had these eggs and they haven't hatched or anything. But yeah, this is about being that mama chicken and nurturing yourself and really just, you know what, I'm here for like the long haul. I'm gonna like put that beautiful energy to myself. I just have Saturn come up as well, so that's here to shake things up. There is a Taurus energy as well, which is kind of like that slower moving earth energy. But you don't operate on the earth, you operate on higher planes and dimensions. So yeah, we do have that amazing card. All right. Oh, thank you, Janine. That's so sweet of you. Yes, I had an amazing holiday. I'm about to go on another amazing holiday. I've got a few booked actually. But yeah, I've got some exciting things happening that I will share with you guys very, very soon. If you guys aren't following me on Facebook or on Instagram, I do kind of like keep things posting on there, whether there's shows coming up that are outside of the directory, whether there's like competitions and different things like that I run from time to time, as well as personal shares too. Like I'm an open book in that way and share, probably overshare sometimes, but I'm a Leo. What can you do? You just got to be yourself. So let's have a look for Miriam as well. So I hope that helped, Vanessa. So Miriam, let's see. All right, so we have protection standing around you at the moment, Miriam. Let me see also what we have. There's a few different energies. To me, it's going to like the physical plane. And what I mean by that is I'm seeing red, I'm seeing orange, I'm seeing yellow. So I'm getting taken to kind of like the lower chakras, and it's not lower in a bad way. It's like things that are around the physical world and around sort of like living on the earth. So let's flip this card. Oh, the Lovers. So we have the Lovers card for you, Miriam. So with this one, you can see that there's kind of like a wizard or a priest that's marrying the two lovers. It's marrying these two opposites, these two opposing forces. Let me see what else we have in this. We have Gemini energy as well. So whether there's something that you're in two minds about at the moment, And I'm just hearing Spirit say it's okay to be in two minds about something. Wait for more information to come through. So hope that that makes sense. Definitely like just wait for more information. Oh, Vanessa. So 100% have always felt a little different. Don't have my soul tribe around me yet, but have felt a long time something big is coming. I'm an Aquarius sun. So let's see what this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction brings in. Thank you, Solreta. And I feel that you're part of the Starseed tribe. I feel that you do have ET galactic heritage. So I feel that you're part of my tribe too. So I'm sending you lots of love, and definitely tune into Uluru for December 21st and for the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. It's a really exciting time. So I hope that card helped, Miriam. I want to pick you a card out of my other deck as well, because I feel that there's more information still to come in. Yeah, success. So perhaps like waiting for kind of like the penny to drop. It says success is a state of mind. It is this, keep moving forward regardless of any setback. So whether it is kind of like that moment of pause and you're kind of like waiting for things to unfold, I just feel like it's like don't make a choice based on not having all of the information or about feeling pressured. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. So yeah, I feel that for you at the moment, Miriam. Let's jump in to try and get a couple more other cards if we can. Felicia Cooper, let's pick one for you. And Karen Baker. For those of you that I've missed, please go back to the start where we've done a general reading as well for the week ahead, remembering that this is a week of the most important event to ever take place on Earth, to do with the original people philosophy. All right, so Felicia, let's have a look. Felicia Cooper. There was like a really, really big inhalation and exhalation that I felt within this, and I feel like a yoga type energy. They're showing me about getting into kind of like a yoga flow at the moment with this. So they're talking about really just sort of like going with the flow with things, devoted. If they're saying devotional, I'm going to flip this card. Yeah. So we have a Ten of Swords, which is the card of ruin. So whether there was something that's sort of like come to a completion, it's really about trying to restore that balance. It's about focusing and refocusing your energy and your flow on your own heart. There's learning lessons around it. The other thing that we have too, I'm hearing them say the word new insights. So perhaps it's looking at things from a different perspective or different point of view. The other thing that I feel with it as well is it's sort of like possibly sometimes over intellectualizing things or getting too in your head. Get down on the yoga mat if you can, or even into meditation if you can. That's kind of like what I'm seeing and feeling with this. Yeah, we do have Libra and the scales as well, so hope that helps. Let's pick a card for going forward from there. This is beautiful. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So it's something on the earth that's going to bring about change. It's almost coming into fulfillment, but I feel that it's to be in that creative, receptive flow in order for that beautiful change and abundance to come forth. So I hope that that helps. Karen Baker, let's pick a card for you. And I did just see, let me just see. Oh, thank you, Janine. I do feel a little bit tired, but refreshed on a spiritual and a love level as well. There's been some magic happening behind the scenes, which I will share with you all very soon. So please keep posted on my personal page as well. Let me see. Oh, here we go. So so you see this Cancerian minus her shell, get the money to finally buy her first home. Okay. So I think you want me to pick a card to do with this. So do I see? I think you're saying. All right, let's have a look. So we had a card come out. So that's so funny. I'm seeing the Cancerian minus the shell come up. It's so cute that you said that. So the energy that I feel with this, yeah, it's literally like you've manifested it on a spiritual level already, but it's literally like waiting for it to drop onto the earth. And I feel like it's still hovering. and then it's like going and then it's coming. So whether there's something that like with manifesting, whether it's like, oh, I'm just going to go check if that's manifested yet, you know, like when we put the energy out there and it's like, oh, this is what I want to work with, this is what I want to manifest. Thank you, Janine, that's so sweet. You're welcome, Felicia. So yeah, the energy that I get with this, it's like something that hasn't manifested onto the physical plane just yet. It feels, they're saying new, because it's a new frequency or a new energy or vibration. It's like getting comfortable with the idea of it. So really playing around with it on a feeling sense and really feeling what it feels like to go through that. There is a gorgeous meditation by a beautiful lady called Emerald that's spelled with a Y. I think it might be Emerald Sinclair, and it's called Manifest Your Dream Life, I think, and it's on Insight Timer. Oh, so Karen is saying, yes, I can see it. I have found it. And now I'm manifesting a windfall to bring it about. Perfect. So definitely keep working with that. Let's flip this card. Look at this. You are. This is you putting everything to work. Also, this icosahedron represents manifestation. So it's like you're going manifestation in overdrive. So definitely keep going ahead, keep carving the path. Don't pause, because the Chariot is about moving ahead. With this Prince energy as well, this is, yeah, about on a physical level, but he has a sickle in this hand. So this is about reaping the reward and harvesting. And it's on the left-hand side. So this is about opportunity coming forward towards you. Let's pick a card for when you're doing this. Oh, we have a 5 of Cups. 2 cups are up, but 3 are down. So this is kind of sometimes like there might be a period of like instability or growth or expansion. It might be like a momentarily emotional type feeling, or you might feel sort of like a little bit of a lull. So it could be possibly like actually feeling that it's like going to get the house, but it doesn't quite manifest just yet, but Spirit's telling me not to give up on it. So it's like a temporary thing. So let's pick this. Yeah, look at that. You're going to be in the High Priestess position. So don't worry about temporary setbacks. It's more that something better is coming. So I hope that that helps for you, Karen. Love you. That's validation. I have posters everywhere in my bathroom, kitchen, bedroom. So constantly feeling it working. I'm so excited to hear that. But yeah, definitely check out Emerald Sinclair's beautiful meditation. Thank you everyone so much for watching tonight and for all of the love. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be thinking of you all, you know, going to Uluru for ceremony and for the conference, and yeah, remembering to tune in to Uluru's energy in Northern Territory time, which is 9 p.m. on the 21st of December, and just to be in that heart meditative space for about an hour before then. So I love you all, and I will see you next Thursday, and we'll recap on what happened at Uluru. All right, bye.